Hi, hello, I'm back. Good to see y'all. Thank you for coming back to my channel, and shout out to all of my new subscribers. It's nice to see you here. Today, I actually want to pivot from all the baddies and the Erica Menas and the Jocelyn Hernandez posts that I do on my page, and I actually want to talk about Serena Williams for a second. Because as I have actively been watching social media since Sunday, since the Super Bowl, I'm just noticing the hypocrisy of a lot of men, period. And some of them are black men at that. And I'm going to have a very good conversation. Let's have an open discussion here. So if you're unaware, at the Super Bowl, Kendrick Lamar performed. And during the Not Like Us song, which came at the very end of Kendrick's entire set, Serena Williams is up there crip walking for her life, right? I watched the narrative go from Kendrick to now all of a sudden we're doing an attack on Serena Williams. And you know what? I don't like it. I hate the fact that y'all are up here calling her a bitter ex. I hate that y'all are out here trying to say her blackness stops because she's with a white man. And I hate that all of a sudden y'all are pretending to be such advocates for black women all of a sudden. And I'm going to go through all three of these. Let's start with the latter here. Serena Williams has been crip walking for a very long time. This was something that was just kind of like on brand for her, considering that she grew up in Compton. In 2012, she faced Maria Sharapova, which is the white goddess of all tennis, okay? She beat Maria Sharapova and won the Wimbledon. And after that win, she did her crip walk. The media immediately thrashed her for weeks on end about this crip walk that she did after her win. And the thing about that is that the media has always been so unkind to Serena Williams for no reason. The media has been very racist towards her, very disrespectful towards her, and it's disgusting. So much so that a black sportscaster named Jason Whitlock went on like 2 different rants talking about how she's built like a man and she's looked like a monkey, and just completely disrespecting her as a woman and as a professional athlete. So for her to get on stage and do the Not Like Us was an actual dig at the media itself for how they treated her for this crip walk. Now, if you want to say there's a piece of her that was coming back at Drake, sure, why not? But this mostly it was a lot of symbolism for the media. Because if any of you have some sort of brain cells, would have seen the way Kendrick Lamar had his set and all the visuals and all that lined up, it was mostly a diss to Donald Trump, racist white people, racist politics, the government, so on and so forth. And part of the government is the media, because the media are paid by government entities. Y'all understand that? Okay. The media being so nasty to her, she had no point but to get back at them with the song Not Like Us. The song Not Like Us was, while a little jab at Drake, it was also a jab at the media. The same media that has always been so disrespectful to Serena Williams. And instead of looking up that bit of information, all Googleable, y'all sit here and y'all dig up the fact that her half-sister died in 2003 by a straight bullet in the middle of a gang war. And the bullet just so happened to come from a crip. So now y'all are up here on social media trying to find some sort of, oh my God, this is absolutely wrong of her. She's a fake one. Her sister died by a crip. Why would she crip walk? And the people that are like saying this, mostly black men that are coming up with this rhetoric, are the same dudes that are holding up gang signs in their photos when they take pictures with their mans. The same gangs that are actively killing their best friends. Let's not act like a crip walked up on her sister, grabbed her by the neck, said, "I'm gonna kill you because of who you are," and bang, bang. Let's not act like that's what happened. They lived in Compton at the time. Do we not understand the history of Compton and why they say that shit is so dangerous? It is rampant with gang wars, turf wars, gun violence. There are so many innocent individuals that have gotten killed by these gangs that run rampant through Compton. Her sister's death was technically an accident. Serena was crip walking prior to her sister's death, and she gonna crip walk after the fact because it is a part of the California Compton culture that she grew up in. You're going to tell her to not participate in the Compton culture because of a gang war? With that logic, should we not continue in black culture because some of the things in black culture has gotten black people killed. For instance, a part of black culture is soul food. That is the super seasoned, super good, made with love food. All that extra seasoning give black people hypertension, heart issues, diabetes, whatever the case was. We're dying. Should we not partake in soul food anymore? And to be real, gang culture is definitely black culture. You know why? Because the initial intent of gangs was to police our own communities, because these white people was coming in here and not policing us correctly. So we said we're going to take matters into our own hands. We're going to build up these what we now call gangs to make sure that our streets are protected from these white racist policemen. A bunch of young niggas decided to play the whole, oh, why are you better than me? They're jealous. They're this and that. And then it turned into what we know gangs to be now, a bunch of unnecessary dumbass young niggas that don't know better. Should Serena not participate in black culture because of what happened to her sister that happened on accident in Compton? Like, I want someone in the comments to really break down why she should never crip walk again. But only comment if you don't have a friend that's in a gang, you don't have any family members that was killed by a gang member while you're holding up gang signs in your poses. I don't want to see none of that. If you can honestly tell me why this is quote unquote an issue, I'm willing to hear you out. But I'm also going to call people out because y'all don't care about black women like this. Y'all are up here saying we should be protecting black women, but it's okay for Serena Williams to do the crip walk after her sister was murdered by a crip. It's kind of crazy because I'm actively watching y'all on Twitter and Instagram and in interviews disrespecting black women and laughing about it. Now suddenly y'all men care about black women's safety. That's not a thing. Y'all suddenly care about black women's feelings. That's not a thing either from what I see on social media. And while we sit here and say social media is not a real place, people are actually sharing their real feelings. So when a group of men are on social media saying black women have nasty attitudes, black women can't grow hair, black women do this, black women and when y'all actively doing that, that's genuinely how you feel. And when you say stuff like that, you influence other people to feel the same way that have no proximity to black women. Andrew Schultz is a perfect example. He's listening to all of y'all talk about black women in the nastiest ways to the point that he's over here talking to two other black men from the UK about how black women got attitudes and always be abusive when that's not really the case. He don't got no proximity to black people, black women, nothing like that. His only closeness to black people is Charlemagne the God. And y'all barely want to recognize that man as a strong, as a true black man as it is anyway. But that is who Andrew Schultz used as a reference for blackness. Things y'all say are influencing other countries to have these negative feelings about black women. So for y'all to now pretend like we give a fuck about Serena Williams' sister, oh my God, Serena is not black, she's being me. Knock it off. You're not being sincere. You're doing this in the name of Drake. And then speaking of Drake, how dare y'all sit here and say Serena Williams is the bitter ex here? She's the bitter ex in what capacity? Because let's not forget, Drake is the one who went on stage saying that Serena didn't want him no more and that she wasted his time and so on and so forth. And he's been butthurt about it. When it came out in 2015 that she was dating Alexis Ohanian, Drake decided to drop that song Too Good with Rihanna, which he admitted was about Serena. He put that song out the year right after. Y'all think that was just a coincidence or that was just strategy? Because Drake is also very calculated. Like, y'all forgot. We saw how much Drake was up under Serena's ass, following her to every Olympic game, every this, every that. So yeah, he's been butthurt. So much so that randomly in 2022, he's over here putting bars on her husband, talking about some, yeah, your husband's a groupie. He's saying that we ain't got no problems, but it's like he's coming for sushi. Like, nigga, what? But Serena's the bitter ex? And you know what's crazy? Let me just step back because I'm draw this all together. Stephen A. Smith, a black sportscaster, just came out on the whatever his TV show the other day saying, oh, if I was with Serena, I wouldn't be standing for her having issues with her ex, when Serena herself came out and said she did this because this was a slap at the media. You are a sportscaster. You should know that the media thrashed her for that crip walk she did at the Wimbledon in 2012. This is irresponsible reporting, and you're putting a bad light on Serena, and you're a black sportscaster. You should know this stuff. And this is what I'm talking about, how the media be doing her dirt. Now back to Drake. To call Serena the bitter ex is crazy when Drake is infamously known for being a bitter ex. Did we not just catch Drake throwing random shots at Rihanna and A$AP Rocky while they're off in their happy little love town with their 2 children? which made A$AP Rocky respond like, hello. But Serena's the better ex? Let's get it together. Next thing I want to bring up here. I see a lot of y'all doing this whole, why is it when a black woman marries a white man, it's never an issue, but when a black man marries a white woman, it's an issue. I see that coming up in regards to Serena. Because y'all are saying, oh, y'all saying that this whole Kendrick Lamar set was for the culture, but this girl's going back to her white husband. How is this for the culture? All right, let's have an actual conversation here, y'all. If you're not willing to open your ears and think about what I'm about to say, you might as well just get off this video, because your feelings are going to be hurt and you're going to be in my comments crying about what I'm about to say right now. There is a deep-rooted psychology behind why there is disparity between a black man marrying a white woman and a black woman marrying a white man. And there is a reason why people say a black man's blackness ends when he gets with a white woman, but it doesn't happen for black women. Let's do a little bit of a history lesson here. Because we already know that Donald Trump and all these other ugly ass racist white people are trying to erase black history. So let me just bring this back up. Black women were often the backbone for the black families, especially when it came to slavery. Black women would stand hand in hand and fight for her black man and her black kids. Oftentimes, she would take on severe beatings, and our words, I'm not a trigger warning, this is a very traumatic thing. Our black history is very traumatic, okay? Black women would opt for the slave owner to just R-word her, as opposed to beating her man and children to death. Even going back to the Salem witch trials, black women would take on the, well, tell him that I made you do it because I'm a secret witch, and take on the beating as opposed to watching her husband get burnt to death. Black women, you will often find in the forefront for all of these black male leaders. Black women have always stood 10 toes down, when it came to black men. On the flip side, when it came to white women, black men were used as fetish. White women never wanted to be with black men. White women hated black men. They just knew that black men had a big old penis, and it was better than their vanilla sex that they was having at home. So they would have these secret affairs with their black slaves. And when the husband would get some sort of inkling of something going on here, the white woman would turn around and say, oh no, he R-worded me. And then the black man is getting lynched. We have photos of this. White women oftentimes lied on black men just to have the pleasure of watching them get murdered. I mean, we know the story of Emmett Till, right? Or do we have to go through that again? And then the disparity between black women and white women is that historically, black women took care of the white woman and her children. We had to get the wife ready in the morning. We had to get the children ready in the morning. We had to cook and clean for the wife, while she just sat there and did nothing but run off and have secret affairs with the black men that we're sitting here trying to actively protect. Which is why black women are often now today always insulted when we see white women take on black features, black cultural things and whatnot, and give no credit. So now, here in 2025, we go on social media and we see how the media will easily bash us, end our careers, trash us, put like dangerous stereotypes on us. While the white women are saved, they can never do wrong, same narrative. And we watch black men partake in that stuff. And then we have outsiders who are listening to you black men and watching what y'all say on social media about black women. And now they're adding on to the fact that, yeah, black women are undesired. They're mean. They're rude all the time. They can't grow hair. All those rhetorics is coming from y'all. You have people actually looking at black women as bottom of the dirt. And again, black women were the ones that were fighting tooth and nail on hands and feet for black men. The reason why we say that your blackness ends when you marry a white woman is because along with you not only getting with that white woman, you are also disrespecting black women. You're up here telling stories about, oh yeah, she always had an attitude. She was always very mean. blah, blah, blah. But historically, why are we always so mean? Because we have to sit here and fight for our entire family. So all we know is fight mode. And us fighting sometimes doesn't come from a negative place. It's coming from a place of, I know we can do better than this. So we have to fight to get there. You rarely see, and I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, I'm saying rarely, you will rarely see a black woman get with a white man then completely forget about her blackness. She does not disrespect the black men. She got nothing bad to say about the black men, and she's very vocal about black issues. But we cannot say the same when it comes to black men being with a white woman. Serena has never come out and ever said anything scathing about black men in her life. Even though it was black men and media and whatever the case was that was trashing her, how she looks, how she's built, talking about her like she's a dog. However, on the flip side, the person y'all are sitting here going batshit crazy for now, Lil Wayne, has openly said he rather date foreign women or non-black women because black women got to take their nails off and their hair off and start fighting when we get told no. He's sharing this rhetoric with 50 Cent. The same man who says even though he's black, he can't relate to y'all Black Lives Matter bitches. Remember? The fact that Serena's even performing in quote-unquote black culture lets you know that her blackness never stopped. Back home, took care of her husband and her children and lived on, moved on. What makes this even funnier is that she's doing this dance while not even trying to disrespect this quote-unquote black man named Drake. She's doing it to take a stab back at the media. At what point do y'all feel like y'all need to apologize to her? And the way that y'all have been attacking her is exactly why now in 2025 you see more women saying men deserve less. This behavior is also why y'all are not gonna give Drake no W's here, because now we're looking at y'all like a bunch of psychotic ass fans. The fact that y'all just even said I'm gonna dig up dirt on Serena to bring it to the forefront and talk about her, it is insane. But y'all will not talk about Drake writing that song about her. Y'all will not talk about Drake taking digs at her. Y'all not gonna talk about Drake always doing these little subliminals about women that he used to date or once had a moment with. Even down to SZA. Y'all talking about, well, Drake fucked SZA and Serena, so who really lost here? I remember y'all used to look at men who would pillow talk like bitches, but somehow y'all are coming at the women? How does this work? Drake openly came out his face and said that he kissed SZA, and SZA's like, well, what the fuck did you have to tell them that for? Like, what the fuck? Why are you pillow talking, nigga? Nothing ever came from it. This attack on women in the name of Drake is not helping Drake at all. I just want y'all to know that. And at this point, y'all really need to leave Serena Williams alone. For real, for real. She found someone that is going to hell and back with all his billions. He's taking the time to fight back every single person that is attacking Serena. Don't see Common standing up for her. I don't see Amari Stoudemire standing up for her. I don't see Jackie Long standing up for her. All the black men that she's dated, none of them are standing up for her, but this white man is. All these black men that have done her dirt, or whatever the case was, yeah, I would see why she would feel a little like disconnected from marrying a black man. And I know there's gonna be some black men in here talking about oh, well, you know what? If she could feel safe with a black man, you know, we should feel safe with a white woman. You know, sure, you can have that, not a problem. But at the same time, how come every time a black celebrity get with a white woman, we always be finding tea to her being openly racist towards not only men, but black women? Your white women are getting exposed and showing y'all exactly what I'm saying. Y'all are just a fetish. And this is why it becomes so insulting sometimes to black women. They're literally in your face making fun of you, and you're still here pushing these racist white people over us. We're still here in the forefront fighting for our rights and our freedom. And now, I'm not someone who is against like interracial dating. I'm someone who's like, if you love someone, you be with them. Whatever makes you happy. We was put on this earth to love each other, not to sit here and fight each other. But we cannot ignore the history and why there's so much tension for one versus the other. I'm very open to having a discussion about this. Let's be pretty respectful here. I just want to hear in the comments what you guys feel. Do you think this hate for Serena is absolutely necessary, or is just in the name of Drake? Do you think having these conversations will be a little more eye-opening for both communities, or no? I just really wanted to talk about this because I think the disrespect that Serena is getting is absolutely unnecessary, and it's coming from a very ignorant place. And I just wanted to call out all the ignorant aspects that people are throwing on her. Leave Serena Williams alone. All she's ever done was fight media, fight against racism, and be her abso-fucking-lute best. And trying to diminish this woman down to just Drake is kind of insane and very disrespectful. And y'all have no respect for our legends and our OGs, because the second that they all die, then y'all are gonna sit here crying about, oh damn, I wish they never died, oh man, there was a legend. You wasn't saying that when they was alive. Serena only deserves her flowers. She has a right to do whatever she wants. So thank you for coming to listen to me rant about this whole Serena Williams things and the origins and the Black History moment. Thank y'all for coming to listen to me. Like I said, let's be respectful in the comments. If you want to have a comment about it or you want to talk about it, let's have a conversation. I'm all for it. With that being said, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye.